Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we kick off with the dramatic decline in Chinese stocks as President Trump reiterates his 10% tariff threat, causing ripples in the market. The CSI 300 index has taken a hit, and the Hang Seng Index isn't faring much better, dropping significantly amid rising concerns over trade relations. In other news, Marco Rubio has officially been sworn in as the United States Secretary of State after a unanimous Senate vote. His commitment to aligning the State Department with Trump's foreign policy agenda signals a potential shift in U.S. diplomatic strategies. Despite facing some protests, Rubio's hawkish stance on adversaries like China highlights the ongoing tensions in international relations. Lastly, we delve into the luxurious world of Keanu Reeves, who has a stunning collection of high-end watches, including a personalized Rolex and models from Patek Philippe. Even after recovering stolen timepieces, Reeves remains a private figure, showcasing his sophisticated taste while staying out of the social media spotlight. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. Nikkei Asia reports that Chinese stocks experienced a downturn on Wednesday morning, primarily driven by U.S. President Donald Trump's renewed threat to impose a 10% tariff on Chinese imports starting February 1. The CSI 300 index, which tracks blue-chip stocks on mainland exchanges, fell by over 1%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index saw a decline of up to 1.7% after a six-day rally. Trump's comments were reminiscent of his earlier campaign threats, linking the tariffs to China's alleged role in drug trafficking. Despite a lack of aggressive rhetoric during his inauguration, analysts suggest that the proposed tariffs could still materialize, potentially leading to a significant response from China. Al Jazeera highlights the swearing-in of Marco Rubio as Secretary of State under President Trump, marking a pivotal moment in the formation of the new cabinet. Rubio's confirmation came after a rare unanimous Senate vote, with Vice President J.D. Vance praising him as a much-needed change in foreign policy. In his inaugural speech, Rubio emphasized the importance of the State Department's role and the dedication of its employees, while also asserting his commitment to Trump's America First agenda. He acknowledged the challenges ahead, including the need for a more proactive stance on foreign policy, particularly regarding China, which he labeled as a significant adversary. South China Morning Post delves into the luxury watch collection of Keanu Reeves, affectionately known as the Internet's boyfriend. Despite his immense wealth, the actor maintains a low profile and recently made headlines when several of his stolen luxury watches were recovered in Chile. Among these was a personalized Rolex Submariner, which he had gifted to his stunt team for John Wick, Chapter 4. The article details other notable timepieces in his collection, including a Carl F. Bucherer Monero autodate, which has become synonymous with his character in the John Wick franchise, and a Patek Philippe golden ellipse, showcasing his refined taste in horology. South China Morning Post recently highlighted the resurgence of classic Hong Kong cinema with Shout Studios acquiring the Golden Princess Library, which includes 156 films produced by the influential Cinema City and Golden Princess Productions. The article ranks the 10 best films from this collection, starting with the iconic A Better Tomorrow, 1986, which revolutionized the gangster genre and elevated Chow Yun-fat to stardom. Following closely are gems like Hard Boiled, 1992, and The Killer, 1989, both directed by John Woo, who infused the action genre with stylized violence and deep emotional themes. The list also celebrates the eclectic mix of genres in films like Peking Opera Blues, 1986, and A Chinese Ghost Story, 1987, showcasing the creativity and cultural significance of Hong Kong's film industry during its golden era. South China Morning Post also introduced Robbie Starbuck, a right-wing activist who gained notoriety for his campaign against woke policies in major corporations, particularly Walmart. Starbuck, who previously directed music videos for artists like Snoop Dogg and the Smashing Pumpkins, has leveraged his social media platform to challenge diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives, arguing they unfairly target white individuals. His activism has led to significant changes at Walmart, where the company rolled back several DEI programs amid pressure from Starbuck and his followers. His rise to fame coincided with a politically charged climate in the U.S., where many states are enacting laws against DEI initiatives, positioning him as a prominent figure in the ongoing culture wars. Nikkei Asia reported on the unexpected influx of American users to Xiaohongshu, a Chinese social media platform, as they seek alternatives to TikTok amid political tensions. The app, popular in China but not designed for Western audiences, saw a dramatic increase in downloads, with US users accounting for 22% of total downloads shortly after TikTok's uncertain future was announced. This sudden surge has presented challenges for Xiaohongshu, as existing users express dissatisfaction with the influx of foreign content. The company is now adapting its algorithms to manage this new demographic while navigating China's strict internet regulations. Despite potential complications, Xiaohongshu's unique position could foster a rare cultural exchange between the US and China, although experts caution that the sustainability of this trend remains uncertain amidst ongoing geopolitical tensions. SCMP opinion highlights the unique nature of Donald Trump's second presidential inauguration, as he is only the second U.S. president to serve non-consecutive terms. His recent address bore striking similarities to his first, emphasizing themes such as reclaiming American jobs, addressing illegal immigration, and the need for the U.S. to reclaim its status in global science and military leadership. While many challenges remain unchanged, Trump's rhetoric indicates an acute awareness of the shifting geopolitical landscape, particularly regarding China's advancements in technology and military capabilities. His remarks on the Panama Canal signal a bold ambition that could unsettle international relations, as they challenge long-standing norms and may lead to a re-evaluation of the U.S.'s role on the world stage. In the ongoing trial of Jimmy Lai, the former media mogul has denied allegations of colluding with foreign forces, asserting that he did not instigate opposition against the Hong Kong government at the behest of a former U.S. diplomat. Lai's testimony revealed his attempts to engage U.S. officials for support against the controversial extradition bill in 2019, a move that prosecutors argue demonstrates his interference with media coverage to promote a political agenda. Despite admitting to seeking U.S. involvement, Lai maintains he was not directing the editorial stance of Apple Daily, highlighting the complex interplay between media, politics, and international relations during a tumultuous period in Hong Kong's history. SCMP also reports exciting news for snooker fans, as Hong Kong has secured a 5-year deal to host the World Grand Prix at the new Kai Tak Arena, marking the city's first ranking event in 35 years. The tournament, set for March, is expected to attract a record crowd, showcasing the local enthusiasm for the sport. The chief executive of World Snooker Tour emphasized the importance of vibrant audiences in elevating the atmosphere of the event, citing previous record attendance at a non-ranking match. Despite logistical challenges and uncertainties regarding venue availability, organizers are committed to making Hong Kong a regular host for major snooker events, reflecting the city's passionate fan base and dedication to the sport. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong is considering implementing a minimum residency requirement for students to be classified as local, following concerns that some mainland Chinese professionals are exploiting talent schemes to secure lower university tuition for their children. Education Secretary Christine Choi Yuklin announced that the government is reviewing the definition of local students and will look at international practices, particularly from England and Singapore. This move comes after a group of parents expressed worries about children who arrive on dependent visas and prepare for university entrance exams in mainland tutorial institutions, leading to accusations of examination immigrants. The review aims to ensure that the classification aligns with its original intent, while also acknowledging that current holders of dependent visas have Hong Kong identity cards. The Globe and Mail highlights that U.S. stock index futures rose as investors reacted to President Donald Trump's executive orders related to energy and immigration, while awaiting his trade policy decisions. Although Trump refrained from imposing immediate tariffs, he hinted at potential duties on imports from Canada and Mexico due to concerns over illegal immigration and drug trafficking. Market analysts noted that the lack of concrete tariff plans provided some reassurance, leading to a slight uptick in futures. Amidst this backdrop, major companies, including automakers and tech firms, saw their stocks fluctuate as investors remained sensitive to trade policy developments, which could impact global trade dynamics and inflation. South China Morning Post also reports on a troubling incident at the University of Hong Kong, where a 22-year-old mainland Chinese student fell victim to a phone scam, losing 1.8 million Hong Kong dollars, approximately $231,300. The student was tricked into believing she was involved in a legal case and was coerced into transferring large sums of money to a scammer's account. This incident followed another case where an 18-year-old student lost 9.2 million Hong Kong dollars. In response to the rising number of scams targeting students, the university has implemented a scam prevention quiz for students, particularly those from mainland China, to raise awareness about fraud tactics. The government is also collaborating with universities to enhance awareness and prevention measures, although there are no plans to make anti-fraud training mandatory for student visas. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's Transport Minister, Mabel Chan, has voiced serious concerns over the recent flight cancellations by Greater Bay Airlines, which attributed the disruptions to delays in new aircraft deliveries and necessary inspections on existing planes. The airline, the smallest in the region, has apologized to affected passengers and is taking steps to facilitate rebooking and refunds while waiving related fees. Chan has reached out to the airline's executives to discuss the situation and has emphasized the importance of cooperation among local carriers to ensure smooth airport operations. The airline's operational challenges have led to the cancellation of numerous flights, particularly to popular destinations like Seoul and Japan, prompting a wave of complaints on social media from frustrated travelers. Nikkei Asia highlights key points from U.S. President Donald Trump's recent inauguration speech that are likely to impact Asia. Trump has pledged to revoke the electric vehicle (EV) mandate established under the previous administration, which may slow the shift towards EVs in the U.S. while allowing established automakers like Tesla to maintain their market lead. He also announced plans for significant tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico, which could adversely affect Asian car manufacturers with operations in those countries. Furthermore, Trump expressed intentions to reclaim control of the Panama Canal, previously handed over to Panama, citing concerns over China's involvement in the canal's operations. His administration's withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement is likely to have global repercussions, particularly in terms of fossil fuel production and environmental policies. In another report from South China Morning Post, shares of Country Garden Holdings surged after the property developer resumed trading following a 9-month suspension due to its ongoing debt restructuring efforts. The stock jumped significantly, reflecting market optimism about the company's ability to navigate its massive liabilities, which amount to approximately $155 billion. Despite the positive market response, analysts caution that the restructuring process will be complex and fraught with challenges. Country Garden has faced significant financial losses and defaults on bonds, prompting the Chinese government to implement measures aimed at stabilizing the property market. With a court recently granting the developer additional time to negotiate with creditors, the coming months will be critical for Country Garden's efforts to avoid liquidation and regain stability in the turbulent real estate sector. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
We flow, we like a river, stocks to rise and sometimes shiver. Economy goes up and down. In this game, we wear the